Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Coach Maureen and I'm back on the scene with the Gangsta Lean. Happy Tuesday! Yeah, we in this bitch. Sorry to curse so early. But yeah, we here and everything. How y'all doing? How are you doing? So we back on the every single day. Hello T. We back on the every single day lives. Hi Heather. Welcome to the live, ladies. Let's play a little mood music. How do you think? What do you guys think? We should play a little mood music. First, I'm gonna play my theme song. Oh yes, it's morning for you already. Is that them already? Bet. The doorbell. I can't get it right now. I'm on the live. The man. Hold on, y'all. Listen to the song. Babe. The doorbell. How you doing though? You good? Like you feeling okay? We're gonna talk about something in a little bit. This is especially good to talk about right now because it's the brand new year. Hold on, y'all. Because he's not coming fast enough. Hold on. That might be the person. You in here? Oh, Lord, T. Is that them? It's man business anyway, T. So he needed to get the dough because it's man business. It's man business. I knew it was too. I knew it was the people that's supposed to be coming. I don't know if you was here yesterday when I was talking about it, but when we came back from our trip for Christmas, the gutters in the front of the house, they have been ripped off by some kind of storm we must have had while we were gone. So we put a claim in with insurance, and the people are here now to do like an estimate for the repair. Home ownership. So that's what he's doing right now. That's why he needs to enter the door because I know how to fall back and let the man be the man, and that's my baby. That's his job. I've learned that over time though, because in the beginning, So Heather, I've been doing pretty well. The holiday season is over, and I don't really do well during the holidays. What they say, babe?
He's taking an assessment.
Okay. I don't do really well during the holiday season, but the holidays have passed, and now it's go time. It's time to get back on track. It's time to assess and properly really dwell in and think about what I want to do for 2026. A lot of people have goals that they set, and I think why people aren't successful with that is they put too much on their plate. They keep their goal too broad. So they'll say, I want to grow my channel. Okay. I think you got to break that down. Right? So, or I want to lose weight. You got to break that down. Because to be honest with you, if you want to lose weight, if you want to grow your YouTube channel, if I don't know, whatever other tangible goal you have, that's your end goal, right? Your end goal is to grow your channel. Your end goal is to lose weight. But if you go into any journey thinking about it as a lifelong change or a lifelong commitment, that changes how you approach it in the beginning. And that's stuff I wish I knew way back when. Because anytime I started a weight loss journey throughout my whole life, and there's been many weight loss journeys, child, I would go into it like cold turkey, like cut out everything, do everything right now, like start working out super hard. And what would happen? You can only sustain that for a certain amount of time. And then once you start seeing a little bit of results, you're like, whoo, all right. And you start easing up slowly but surely until you completely stop. So when I talk about long game, it's slow walking this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like learning how to have patience, learning how to break your steps down, break your goals down into small parts so that you can achieve that big goal. So for weight loss, for example, instead of saying, I want to lose 50 pounds, say, I want to get consistent with my eating habits and start there. Start with cutting out one thing. So if you drink a lot of soda, and I'm not saying anyone in this chat, I'm just giving an example. Because people always, when I say that, they be like, I don't drink soda, I don't drink soda. And I'm like, okay, you don't drink soda, so change it. You do something else. Everybody got a vice. So, so soda, right? You drink soda. So you say, okay, I'm going to start with, I'm only going to have one soda per day instead of 10 that you were having before, right? And you break that down. You drink that one soda per day. You figure out when in the day you most need it. What's up, Nelly? Welcome to the live. And you do that. And you give yourself a time frame. Say, I'm going to do that for 2 weeks. And then at the end of that 2 weeks, if you were successful, great. If not, then think about triggers, what triggered you, what caused you to drink the soda, when were the worst times like really get to learn your habits. Because trust and believe, those habits do not go away. You might be able to calm that voice in your head for a little bit, but it's not going to be forever. And when it comes back, it comes back with a vengeance. Have any of you, just think about this, have any of you gone on like a fast and you did great during the fast, but that day, the day the fast was over, you ran to the nearest insert your favorite junk food and got it immediately. Like, and was like, oh, I'm only going to have this little bit. And over time, it turned into a whole lot of bit. So Heather said, yeah, me too, back on track time, except I have a 1 week holidays though, so it might be easier to get stricter when I'm back. So yeah, so what I suggest, Heather, you don't have to follow my advice, it's just a suggestion. If you have a holiday coming up, start getting back on track now. When you go on your holiday, you know, if you eat whatever you're going to eat or do whatever you're going to do, you do that on the holiday, great. But then when you come back, you continue. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, oh, I'm going to wait until I come back from the holiday. That's a recipe for disaster. Nelly said, oh, I can say hi. Hi, Curtis. How are you? Heather said stress or emotional eating or eating when I'm bored. Oh, honey. Eating when you're watching a movie. Because you know what's happened? Nelly said your daughter advertised you. Nelly, are you being funny? Like, do you know that my daughter passed away? Like, what does that mean? Your daughter advertised you? I don't get it. Hey, hi, Jareen. I just played your song. I'm going to play it again because you're here. I love this song. The first time I heard it, this thing made me cry, child. So I'm not sure, Nelly, what that means. I don't know. But please don't do that. Like, I'm feeling good today. I don't need to feel bad. So thank you. Heather said, I'll try to be good on holiday, though, and walk and eat well. But there will probably be treats. Yes, as there should be on your holiday. But what would be great? Wait, what would be great When she moves, the world's listening. Wait, hold on. Every breath that's purpose. Thank you, Crystal. Why would you say that? Why would they say something like that, right? She's the queen of dedication. This song is so, like, the lyrics are so. I don't chase, I align. I don't chase, I align. She don't play about her. Strong in the heart, yeah, she's fire and power. Boss in a lane, she reclaim her crown when she steps. Oh, your daughter. Okay. Okay, Nelly. Hi, daughter. From the gym to the screen, she's the dream you heard. Coach Lane, she don't play about her. YouTube streets, no grind, she consistent with the time. Every click, every view, she redefining the climb. Breaking myths, breaking mold, that real. Redefining the climb. Yo, boss way. Okay. This got that boss talk tone on the microphone. From sweatbands to business plans, she's still legit. Every dream she touches, she manifests it. Yeah. When the music stops, she still gon' move. This song is like Grammy worthy. Just improves her groove. Beauty brings in biceps too. Yeah. Redo what bosses do. Yeah. Wait, she don't play about. Hey! That conquers doubt and fear. In her lane, she's crystal clear. Mary, the name they cheer. Yeah, she don't play about it. Yeah. Coach got the heart, got the nerve, got the spur. Every curve, every burn, she's pure. Boss energy, that's Coach Mary for sure. Yeah. Coach Mary for sure. Woo! You go, girl. We are dancing on live. Yes, Nelly. Yes. That song was created by the Boss Way. She's here in the live right now. Amazing, amazing, amazing song. The lyrics are so perfect. And especially for like what we're talking about today is aligning with your goals instead of chasing them. Oh my God. If that is not an ultimate bar, and really learning how to not even manipulate, learning how to understand the long game and not being so focused on right now and that short-term success. You understand what it's like to build something? If you're building your dream home, do you know how long it can take? It can take years. If you're building it and craftily building it, I mean building it from the bottom up, and you want the detail in your home, you want a strong foundation, it's going to take time to build. And that's what you want. That's what I want. I want to create a community of people that we are all locked in, like for real, locked in. And we build something special. And I know that's going to take time. And I don't do all of the bells and whistles, other than in class when I be screaming a little bit, you know. But it's just real conversations. So I'm okay with having 2 people in the chat, 1 person in the chat. I'm okay with that because I want to connect. I want to connect with my peoples. T says, I'm not doing good. The kids got... Yo, them kids be running you ragged. I'm not laughing at you, girl. We laughing together. Yes. Oh, Seneca. What's up? Happy New Year, Seneca. Happy New Year to you. I'm doing great. I'm doing great this afternoon. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really focused and positive and grateful. Those are my feelings right now. And I also feel at peace. And I thank God for that, because I was feeling a lot anxious, like during the holiday. Not a lot, but there was an underlying feeling of anxiousness that has subsided. Thank you, Lord Jesus. And I have a lot of excitement. I have a lot of exciting things coming up. I have my anniversary on Sunday. Me and my honey, we've been engaged. Child, no, we haven't, because my man, when he proposed, he was like, "And we're not doing a long engagement." I was like, well, call me. All right, shoot. He said, we not doing no long engage. I'll never forget that. W for BFF. I know y'all be sick of me talking about him, but W for BFF. Do you understand? W, babes. When I think about all the little things, like, you are so fire. Yeah. All right. Anywho, hi Jay. My girl Jay in the building, babe. Jay's here. Say hi. He's gone. He dealing with them people outside. Heather says, so if I lose one what's that, kilogram? I'm sorry, that is terrible. I should know that. Shouldn't I? Child, my big grown age. Oh, 2 pounds a week. Then I'll stick with that and be happy with that. More smooth, slow with it. Yes. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Just consistency. And I think the people struggle with consistency because the progress is slow. It's painstakingly slow sometimes. Like, and you watch other people around you drop. Like, there's people that have been on their fitness journey or their weight loss journey for less than a year, and they lost way more weight than I've ever lost. They've lost like almost 200 pounds. They've lost this, they lost that, right? If I focus on other people, I won't do shit. I'll just sit here and be like, well, I guess it ain't gonna work. But the way that I think about my weight loss journey or my fitness journey is slow and steady. Slow and steady, and also understanding that consistency wins, not how fast you get there. Because you can get there fast, but then you're going to have to keep it off. You got to keep it off. Same thing with YouTube growth. You can get there quickly, but now you have to maintain that. And the only way to maintain it is with consistency. And what happens is people get this big responsibility and then they fall short because they haven't built that strong foundation. You need the foundation. And what is that foundation? It's not only content, or it's not only your diet, it's also your mental. That is probably more important than anything, and anything that you do is how you think about what you're doing and how you think about failure. Positive, gratitude, and peaceful. That's beautiful. I thank God. Let me tell you something. I am a very grateful and very prayerful person. I might swear a little bit. I might say some little bad words sometimes. But I'm very grateful for my station in life. Even though I'm not exactly where I want to be, I'm happy that I'm not where I was. Amen. T said, it's the kids and mom. If she wouldn't have started this mess, they would be with their dad, but they can't go. She's putting his half on me. That is not good. Congratulations, Cole. Congratulations for what? What did I do? Kay Foster said, I'd fix you a plate. I got damn nose food. What? Oh, you another one talking about my nose. Child, get over it. Lala said, Coach, what's up, Lala? Saying hi to my girl T. What's up, Quakes? Jay said, Coach, I lost 6 pounds in the last 3 days. I prayed to God to help me with my weight loss. And I told you I've been fasting, but child, is crazy how he'll answer your prayers in the most unexpected ways. Yeah, but if you're fasting, you lose weight quickly with fasting. It's just keeping it off after your fast is over. That's what I'm not talking about, like, I mean, congratulations. Don't get me wrong. But while you're fasting, think about how you're going to slowly exit out of the fasting cycle. That's very important because human behavior is like, you've been depriving your body of this thing. And now once the fast is over, you go right back to the thing and you eat it and eat it and eat it and eat it and go crazy. And all of that weight that you lost during your fast has doubled now. So Yes, it's great that you lose weight while you're on a fast. Perfect, like awesome. However, while you're on it, plan for what you're going to do afterwards. Plan for how you're going to change how you're eating, not just going back to how you were eating before. Okay, that's really, really, really important. Trust me on that, child. Lala said, let's win this race. It don't stop. It sure doesn't. And I know we talk about that a lot, but I see in behavior and how people talk and how people get easily frustrated when they don't see results that they hear it, but they're not living by it. We need to learn to live by that. That slow and steady wins the race. Sometimes you're going to fail. Sometimes you're going to have slip ups, but that doesn't mean you throw the whole thing away. Like, never throw it away. People just be, oh, I messed up. Thought they burn it. They damn incinerate it. Like, I'm like, chill. Chill. Like, keep going. If you look at my journey as a metaphor, guys, for your life, and a lot of people point out one thing. They say, you work out so much, you should be skinny, right? So let's say I internalize what other people have to say about my body. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Do you understand what I mean? Like, if you don't believe in yourself, and if you don't get it in your thick skull that this thing is a lifelong journey, people are going to be able to say things and throw you off your square. Life is going to start lifing. It's going to throw you off your square. Because you're still not thinking about this thing as a lifelong journey. Even when you're not feeling like it, you got to push yourself to do it. You have to. Like, you must. And if you need to take a break, take your break with intention. You understand what I mean? So that you don't just fall into this rut. Like for instance, I'm telling you, just take what I've been doing. I took a YouTube break, but you still saw me, didn't you? You still saw me. One of the reasons for that is thank God Almighty. Thank God for that awakening. One reason why you will always see me is because I'm going to do my workout. No matter what I got going on. There's going to be a workout had somewhere. And when I'm working out, it's going to go live. So no matter what I'm doing, what happened, babe?
You know where the checkbook is at?
Checkbook?
Yeah, like, because we get a discount if we pay by check.
We ain't got no checks.
We don't have checks with
no.
our account?
We would have to go to the bank and get check. We don't have any.
Yeah, it's a discount if you pay by check. Or, I don't know, he didn't say by cash. But
he said cash. What about money order? We could get a money order.
Money order, same thing? Yeah. All right, so we'll get a money order.
Okay. Y'all got checks still? Lala said, find authenticity and you will discover consistency. Oh, my Lord, today. Say it again, Lala. Find authenticity and you will discover consistency. Oh, because guess what? Guess what? It's so less stressful to just be yourself. Do you have somebody? Yeah, you know, we be trying to put filters on it. Hello? We be trying to do stuff that is way out of our wheelhouse. If you stay authentically you, and that's, I thank God, because authentically me is that workout. Do the workouts no matter what, because I used to do them in the gym with people looking at me funny and stuff because I'm a big girl. And they like, how the hell that big girl able to do all of that? Because God said. That's why. And all I did was transfer it onto YouTube. That's it. Authentically me. Me doing these chit chats right now. I'm talking to you like I would talk to my friend on the phone, except I would hear their voice back. Heather said, it's probably my mental health that got me to this weight. But yes, I have to work on my mindset for sure. Yes, Heather. And you take it one day at a time and be gentle with yourself. The one thing when I say that, when I say be gentle with yourself, if you have a slip up, don't throw it all away. That's where people mess up. They think if I'm not perfect, then I failed and I have to start over and I have to quit and I have to, and then they, or they take that one slip up and say, all right, F it, I'm just going to eat what I want for the next month and a half, and then I'll start up again right before summertime, you know, so I could be summertime fine. Stop thinking like that. Stop sabotaging yourself.
You want to mute for a second.
Hold on. Sorry, guys. Hubby was like muted because I got to talk to you. Ooh, child. Listen. Be careful. Fasting does not mean starve yourself. True that too. Lala. I'm sorry if I was saying something before. I forgot. We were talking business, so he wanted me to mute. All right, guys. T said, I'm saying congratulations. Oh, on your anniversary. I think you should give us some marriage tips. I want to get married again, but I can't keep a man. Ooh, marriage tips. That's actually a good. And I also, you know, something that I also wanted to do on my channel? I wanted to do like, you know how like I've called my lives that I do on Sunday. I don't know if you guys pay attention to those. I call those the Coach Me Reen experience. But I also want to do like, you know how Wendy Williams, because I took that name. Wendy, don't kill me. You know, you got plenty of money. I'm just starting out. Please. I took that name from her show that she used to do. But I also want to do like a Ask Coach Me Reen or Ask something segment, but I don't know what I will call it yet, where we could talk about stuff like that. I'm not, listen, by any means, I'm not perfect, but I've learned from my own mistakes and I've learned from my own stuff how to make your marriage work for a long term. We're about to be married 7 years already. And we have little arguments here and there, but my Lord, today, it's like peaceful, okay? Jay says, I've been working out and eating healthy. I've only been eating plant-based for the last 2 months straight. That's dope, Jay. Keep it up. Kay said, oh, yes, girl, I'm determined. Yes. The discipline, that's what we need. Because determination will last you for a short period of time. But if you're trying to do this and keep the weight off, discipline. Staying consistent for a long time requires Discipline, motivation, determination, all of that is gonna fade because there's gonna be days when I don't give a fuck who say what. You're gonna be like, I don't want to. I'm not working out today, and you're just not gonna want to do it. That's when the discipline got to kick in, where you say, I don't give a shit that you don't want to do it. We doing this anyway. I don't care if you got your period and your stomach hurt. We going anyway. We're doing this anyway. Discipline. And that's you versus you. Nobody else can do that for you. You can have a coach. Like when I coach my clients, we talk a lot about that. I'm also their accountability partner, and you don't want me to be your accountability partner. And you paying me to be your accountability partner, you're not gonna like me. But guess what? You're gonna get your ass up. You gonna get your ass up though. What's up, Sab and Tony? I know I'm way behind in the chat, child. Ooh, Lord! Y'all having your own conversation. All right, we're gonna have to skip ahead, child. The boss way said you still have checks. Wow, I don't. We're gonna go to the bank and see what we can do. Jamie either, but I had a situation with them before. They were the check registry from the bank saved it off. Oh, you have checks, so y'all have checks. Anastasia, hey. Salvo said, take the glasses off right quick. Why? You don't think I have eyeballs? I got eyeballs. I hope you guys in the yeah. I'm sorry, guys. You know what's up, Dr. Ninja Turtle. Hi, welcome to the loin. Anastasia say y'all having tacos tonight. Tacos. I'm not. If I do tacos, I would have to do it with the lettuce wrap. Because my diet has returned to what I normally do. So that's not a bad idea. And I am going to do my grocery shopping after this live. So that's not a terrible idea. Jay, they wanted me to pay again. Blood clot. I love that y'all all be talking in the chat and y'all getting to know each other. It's so cute. What? I laughed, y'all. Ooh, tomato soup. Oh, Jay, feel better. Jay, remember what I talked to you about. Please get that checked, okay? Get it checked, honey. Fire said fire. Dr. Ninja Turtle said, I need those tips too. What, marriage tips? Dr. Ninja Turtle, man, you've been married longer than me. Who trying to steal? Oh, God. I'm sorry, guys. I probably missed it. I'm trying to catch up. I will be married 25 years next month. This month. When's your anniversary? The Boss Way. Wow, that's so fire. Anna gives Granny. Yo, Anastasia is mad funny. That's huge. 25. God bless y'all. God bless your union. I wish you many more years with your husband. I want you guys to grow old together and just continue to flourish together. Marriage is not easy, but it's also very rewarding when it's with the right person. It helps you grow. Being in a relationship helps you grow and mature. If you are able and ready. We good? Thank you, darling. If you're able and ready to do so, you know, don't blame the other person. Don't put all the blame on the other person if it doesn't work. Do that soul searching and work on you. 25 years, that's amazing. Dr. Ninja Turtle said, I will try to catch more lives. Yes, come through on Sundays when I do it. Oh, tickle me, Elmo. Now you're gonna make me laugh. Jesus. Coach, you should sue that little red guy. Stole your laugh. Brother Almighty. This black guy ate my lunch at work and lied about it. Oh no. That's something else. That's something else, Brother Almighty. You should definitely find out who did that. You said a black guy. Wait, so you know who did it and he lied. How do you know he did it? Tell me. Ooh, January 26th. Do you know the Boss Way? My birthday is January 27th. So your marriage is in Aquarius? Wow. That is so fire. So that's why you guys have lasted so long, you know? Because your marriage is in Aquarius. And Aquarius is the best sign ever. Dr. Ninja Turtle said marriage is not easy. It sure ain't. The Nugs production. Black, black, black. Yes, black is beautiful. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Yes, black. Blickety black, black. Oh, I made it to the end. What time on Sundays and what time zone? So I don't do it every single Sunday. I do it maybe once a month. Because I want the show to be meaningful. I want it to be about something, not just me doing a live just to be doing a live, or just doing, no offense to anyone, but doing like filler interviews. I want every show to be good. And I want every person that I bring on the show to have something meaningful to, not just meaningful to talk about, but related to my content too. You know what I'm saying? So the next guest that I'm going to have on, she has a YouTube channel. Her name is Janae Michelle. And she is another plus size fitness girly. She had up and down struggles. And we're just going to have a conversation about that. We're going to talk about her journey. You guys are going to get to know her. She's doing well on YouTube, but she doesn't really have, like, she's not connected to a specific community. She's just doing well on her own. Isn't that crazy? That's why we connected. And I think that's why when you made my song, it was so personal. I don't know how. I don't even know if you did that on purpose. I don't even know. But I cannot express enough. And you're going to get sick of me. Because when I mean something, I repeat it over and over and over. That song is so personal and so on point. Like, how did you, like, what? Like, what? Yaya said, hey, Yaya. How you doing? See, now I got to the end of the chat and now y'all quiet. Let me go back and see if I missed anybody's chat. T said, no tacos for me. You don't like tacos? Get that seafood. Ooh, yeah. I like seafood, child. I want to go back and see what the hell y'all was talking about with these checks. Hi, Solo Driver. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Jay said, she a little behind. Wait, hold on. Robert. Hi, Robert. Go natural, queen. My hair is natural under here. Robert said, who's got checks in 26? A few people do. Yes, I have a few checks to pay the IRS. Oh. But can't you pay them digitally? If you have to pay the IRS, can't you pay digitally? I used to wake up daily back in 2023 and work out. If outside weather was not good, I did it indoors. The boss way, you can definitely get back there, honey. Like, you definitely can. Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Ninja Turtle said you did not answer my question. All right. So on Sundays when I do it, it's at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's 5 p.m. Central, right? And then I forgot how many hours behind. I think 3 more hours. So 3 p.m. I think that's 3 p.m. Mountain time. I think. So I'm not sure. Where are you from, Dr. Ninja Turtle? Where do you live? I forget. Because I know you be all over, too. You're one of those traveling people. What's up, Lil O? Has? What does that mean? Does that mean something? I don't know. But 5 p.m. You're in Alabama. Okay. So it's 5 p.m. Yeah, on Sundays. And I do it once a month. So the next one's going to be on the 21st. And when I do that one, we're going to have a good old time chit-chatting. I did one last month on... Did I do it in December? I can't remember, child. But the last one I did... Yes, I did. The last one I did was with Professor X. And that one to me was so good. Like, our conversation was really good. Professor X I enjoyed chatting with him about relationships and about past mistakes and stuff like that. So T, you might be onto something, girl, because I definitely enjoyed that. But I'm like, how many times can I talk about marriage, y'all? Every week? Like, I can't do that every week, but I can definitely do it once a month. Yes, thank you, Dr. Ninja Turtle. Yeah, come through. And if you haven't checked out some of my other ones, check out the one that I did with with Professor X. And then before that, I did one with Traces of Twan and Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey. That one was really good. And then I think the time before that, I did it with just Joe. Um, and then before that, I can't remember who I did right before that one. But yeah, so I do it like once a month or once every, just once in a while, child. But I want to get it to once in a month straight and do it every month and just have a certain guest each time. and if I'm bringing someone onto the show, it's typically either someone. I mean, it doesn't have to be someone that's a content creator. Oh shit! Ooh, I didn't mean to curse. So it's not the 21st. My bad. Hold on. Please hold. I didn't mean to drop that curse. Every day it's a lot to explain. We need to check our attitudes. Happily married women need to start speaking on marriage versus unmarried people with opinion. Yes. You know what? You're right. You're right. And I'm going to do my part. And I'm always going to tell you the truth. And I'm always going to tell you that I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to come off as someone that's super perfect. But one of the things that I really see as problematic in the current environment and the current talk is y'all be, what they be saying? Y'all be settling. Everything is settling. And I think what's happened is our brains have been reprogrammed because of social media, which we all are all over. We love to be on all these different sites and we're catching clips of somebody's relationship and claiming or assuming that they're settling because the man didn't do some grand gesture and they didn't fly them to the New Zealand for a lunch date and then took a private jet back with champagne and whatnot. What's up, Sands? Hey, I'm trolling, right? Are you trolling? Let me know, child. We could troll. You want to play? But we trying to have an adult conversation, so if you can't do that, then quietly escort yourself out. The door is over there. Thank you. Christopher. Hi, Christopher. Happy New Year. Greetings, Queen. Sending love from Vegas. All right. How you doing? Did you double tap the screen, Christopher? Make sure you like the live. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Nisha! What up, girl? Happy New Year to you, Queen. How you doing, girl? How you doing? T said, I can see you. When your husband, I can see you. When your husband comes around, you speak life into him. Most females would have caught an attitude when he said mute the live. You didn't give attitude. You did it and listen. Yeah. Because I trust him. I trust him to lead. And remember yesterday when I was saying how I think a lot of women don't trust themselves? Hey, hallelujah. Because think about this. If you are with someone that okay, we need adults in here, child. Okay? If you're with a man that you are busting open your precious pearl for, allowing him to enter you without any protection, okay? Allowing him to drop his, up in your where, okay? Sleeping with both eyes closed every single night. Amen. Hallelujah. Having children and risking your life for this man. Okay. And you don't trust him? You really don't trust yourself. You really don't. Sorry, guys. It just did whatever it do. You know what I'm saying? Can you guys? Did you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Am I good? Am I good, guys? Can you hear me? Someone drop a one. Yes. Okay. Thanks, T. Abdul is being very inappropriate. Listen, if you can't, listen, Abdul or however you say your name, I'm probably a dub. Oh, a dub for the win. My bad. Listen, we having an adult conversation. If you are not able to do so and you feel like, you remind me of those kids in the class, like when there's sex ed going on, right? And they said the vagina, you're like, vagina! Are you that kid? Or can you control yourself and enjoy an adult conversation? Let me know. Because Sam and Tony said, not bust it open. I'm just speaking to the, you know what I mean? I'm speaking. Then you really don't trust yourself. Because think about that. Think about all of those things that you're doing. Think about all of the times that you're risking your life. Think about all of the emotional stuff that you go through, and you don't trust him enough to lead. Then what does that say about you? You trust him to have to be the father, to be the leader of, well, so he's not the leader because you don't let him lead. You trust him to have, like, to be the father of your children. You trust him to live in the home with you. You trust him to do all of that, but you don't trust him to lead. You chose him. So if this is someone that you chose and you don't trust, then you don't trust your own judgment. Ha! Somebody. Because when women are like, because if a man gonna lead, then he's supposed to. I'm like, you see all of that trauma just spewing out of your mouth. And it's very irresponsible because women are hearing this. And they're like, yeah, girl, because people respond to trauma. That's how Tyler Perry became a billionaire. Tyler Perry figured out that people are attracted to what's familiar to them. And unfortunately for many black people, not every black person, they have experienced some form of relationship trauma, some form of childhood trauma, some kind of trauma. So every single movie is trauma, and people are like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." I feel seen because they're speaking to your trauma. So the same thing when people are talking like that, and they're like, "Yeah, girl, cause he ain't proved that he can lead." Meanwhile, you got about four of his kids nestled up. Don't get me started. Because what does that say about you? What does that say about you? If you're willing to have a child. Hi, Cassandra. Welcome to the live. If you're willing to have a child, if you're willing to be with someone, lay up with them. And you don't trust them. You don't trust that they are going to lead you down the right road. So you pick up that wheel, you snatch the wheel from them, and you want to drive. And then get mad when he leaves. And he ends up with someone, she ain't as bad as me. It's not about looks, for God's sakes. When are y'all going to get that through your head? Women. We're so focused on, I'm a bad bitch. That don't mean shit. And if you're considering your badness on your looks, that is fleeting. And just as good as you think you look, there are people that look 2 million times better physically than you. So if that's all you got is looks, a fat ass, who cares? Like, that's cute. You can grab a man. You might be able to grab a man's attention with that. You might be able to get something dropped off for that. Yeah. You might even get some type of man to get in a relationship with you. But a man that's going to be a leader of your household, someone that's going to really build with you, that looks ain't gonna cut that. You gotta have more than looks. Looks. Yeah, when people say I'm a baddie, I'm like, girl, you child, how bad are you? What can you do? What can you do besides look good and choke on one? I mean, I'm sorry guys if I'm talking too vulgar for you. I apologize if I'm talking too vulgar. Sometimes like when I'm having these kind of talks, I do just talk straight, and sometimes my language might be a little off-putting for some people, and I apologize for that. But at the same time, sometimes if you don't speak that way and you talk really proper, and people don't, they assume that you think you're better than people. I don't think I'm better than anyone. I understand that people are at different levels of their lives, and people are have different cognitive abilities, different ways of expressing themselves. So I'm just talking straight. So please, I'm just saying that just in case, because I'm gonna keep talking when I'm talking to you. I'm just letting people know that you can leave. Because I'm not concerned with numbers either. I know what's gonna happen. It's just a matter of discipline and faith. Yeah. Yes, looks fade. And I'm not saying let yourself go because looks fade. I'm not saying that. Hi, damn. Oh, you came back? Oh, Lord. He got more channels. Welcome back. You met the right one, though. Don't mess with T. She'll block every single one of you. I think that's the same dude. I'm not sure yet, T. So let's see what he do. Because a W is it sounds like the same person, but we'll see. What did Hardery said? You gotta have more than looks for sure to be kept. Yes. You have already been warned by coach. You're too immature. Just leave. Yes, like go away. Like we are having a conversation. I'm gonna say things that might spark. It's gonna spark people that have. And I got in front. I can't front. I have immature. I laugh at silly jokes too and all of that. But sometimes it's like, come on, you gotta. If you're not gonna add to the conversation, you're just gonna be screaming out vagina like. Goodbye. Goodbye. Because hold on 1 second, guys. Let me just do this real quick. You know why else I feel so much peace, and I didn't even think about this? I get to work from home. Even though I'm dealing with this thing that really makes me sad, I get to work from home for mad days. Sab says, I think it's Sab that's here. Is it Sab only or is it Sab and Tony? Are both of you there? Says, looks is nothing but beauty. Looks is nothing because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You might get him with looks, but another woman can get him with looks too. Yes. Yes, another woman can get him with looks too. And like if you're like, let's say you're a bad bitch, right? And you like, oh, he lucky to be with me because I look so good and I'm so cute and I'm this and I'm that, right? And I could twirl around on it and I could da 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 da. Oh yeah, he's the immature one. So imagine now the man that you thought would never leave you because you look so good and you can twirl around on it and drop it low and pick it up slow and all of that, right? He leaves you for an average looking woman. And you're like, how in the hell, how she get him over me? I look way better than her. I'm a baddie. She ugly. Blah, 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 blah. You know why? Because she had all of the other qualities. Okay? Okay? The other qualities, meaning he felt seen, with her. He felt safe with her. She allowed him to lead. And a lot of women have difficulty with that. They're like, oh, they feel like they're giving up their identity, their independence, if they allow their man to lead. There's a difference between allowing your man to lead and giving up your independence. Two totally different things. I'm not saying you have to coddle him. You still have a voice, and you're still able to say, I don't think we should do that. But it's not what you say, of course, it's how you say it and when you say it. Because what I see quite a bit is women barking at their man in public. Do you know what that does to a man? Do you know what that does to a man? You screaming and barking at him in public? And you could be the baddest thing. You could be so gorgeous, and everyone can always tell you how pretty you are, how beautiful you are, how oh my God, from your head to from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, you are gorgeous. And you can have the ugliest behavior. And I've seen it with my own eyes, jaw dropped. And I'm like, if this is the man, again, we're going to get back to that same conversation. If you're with someone that you are risking your life every single time you become pregnant to have a child for this person, you're spending day in and day out with them. You've invested in a home. You've invested in an apartment, in a lease. You have a lease. Hello? My good babe? It's still frozen? Oh. But everybody done left, y'all. They like, girl, with your frozen thing. Tina Mo! Hey, Tina! Oh, Tina about to light it up, y'all. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Tina. Wait, damn, a dubious says, today's woman is doomed. Single and divorce rates will continue to climb. Child, listen, part of me agrees with that, and then part of me is like, I think it can be turned around. I think we just need to get back to reality. Thank you so much, Tina, for the gifts. I really appreciate that. I think what we've done is we've put too much emphasis on these reality shows, what we see from these celebrities and social media. And you can tell that it's a trickle-down effect from the reality show, because the aesthetic is the same with the regular person on these social media platforms, trying to show you black love and couple goals and all of that foolishness. But meanwhile, their relationship isn't strong. Like, if you notice, I don't post that. I don't post like couple goals and all of that stuff, because every single relationship is going to have their own different quirks and what works for both people. So my relationship might be my couple goals, but it might not be yours. You might want other things. You understand? And also, just because you see a couple and you see them getting along well, and you're like, wow, I would like a relationship like that. Don't even do that. You want someone that's going to love you for you, and you want to reciprocate the same for someone else. You don't want what somebody else got, because it's not going to be the same for you. This is the way it goes. You know what I mean? Like, every relationship is different. Every person is different. Nobody is perfect. And I think when we start to when I talk about the princess syndrome that a lot of people have, especially a lot of women have, it means like you see the flaws in other people, but you don't recognize the flaws in yourself. Did you hear me? I said You see the flaws in other people, but you don't see the flaws in yourself. You're quick to point out, oh, you lazy, or you this, or he's that, or he's this, or he's that. But you can't do that with yourself. You can't be honest with yourself about your own flaws. And not to a point where you think that you're not worthy of being in a relationship. Right, babe. Hi, babe. They said love each other and set the example yourselves. Yes, love each other and really love each other and respect each other and develop your own thing within your own marriage. Respect each other. Ha! Tina said, I am no longer down with OPP, but in my 20s, I had a hot girl summer or two. Child. Honey. Hey! But that's the thing. Like, when it's time to, like, really settle down, Tina is stupid. When it's time to settle down, y'all, you'll know. You'll know when it's time to settle down. But, child, are you gonna be ready? Like, it's not for everybody. I don't know. Marriage is not for everybody. But you know what? Do I really believe that? Do I really believe that marriage isn't for everybody? I think if people can do the work. Because I don't think that God set up for us to be married for it not to be for everyone. I don't know. But anyway, T says, I'm so impatient. Where do you find your patience? It's definitely been something I worked on. Definitely with different life experiences. Working the job I worked prior to the job I work now really helped me to. And then the main thing that really changed like my life and the way I think about things is my daughter, like her passing away. But working the job I worked and seeing the different lifestyles and how people live and just different ways that people relate and how effective it was when you took your time and explained something as opposed to yelling at people. Like learning how to do that really helped me to hone that skill and to be more patient. And then also like really looking at your partner as a human, as a person. Like they're not just there for your gratification. Hallelujah. They're not just there for your pleasure or to satisfy your needs. They also have their own needs. They also have their own goals that they want to achieve. So when you look at them as a full person, as a whole person, and you respect them in that way, it changes how you treat them. It changes your level of patience. It does. I think it's perspective, how you start to look at stuff, changing your view, understanding that you too are flawed and ain't nobody perfect. That'll help you to kind of understand human behavior better. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, child, but that's kind of how I did. It takes time, though. It took time to get here. And I'm still learning. I'm still growing. That's why I said, child, like, if I'm giving anybody advice or talking about relationships or anything like that, I don't want people, I want to make it very clear that I do not think I'm perfect. I do not assume to be this person that has it all together. Because there's plenty of things I could work on too. Plenty of things I could work on. But patience, like really understanding my husband, that took time, like to really understand him. But just when you think about like you grew up the way you grew up, so your worldview comes from your background, the experiences you've had. Then on top of that, two different sexes. If it's a heterosexual relationship, you feel the way you. Oh, did y'all? I don't know if y'all peeped that. I broke my nail yesterday. Y'all worked out. Y'all came from different walks of life, different experiences. Wait, what Tina said? Patience is at the back of a line called waiting. Okay. Albie. BFF Albie. Patience is at the back of the line called waiting. Woo! Hallelujah. And if you can, like, patience really is a virtue. If you get to that place where you can really sit and wait, not just idle sitting and waiting, like you're working while you're waiting, but if you can do that, whoo, baby, you are unstoppable. You are unstoppable. Patience is so important. It really changes things. It really helps you to. It really helps you to, like, to make better decisions. Look at me with this hand, child. It really helps you to make better decisions. All of that. T said, example, say BFF says he's going to do something. A week has passed and he hasn't done it. Do you go ahead and do it? What is your response? I don't do it. Like, what is the something? Like, he was going to fix something or do something like that? I just wait for him to do it. Like, I get that he's busy and then he does a job where he may have to do manual labor at work. And then on top of that, he's also managing other people. And that is taxing. That's mentally taxing. And it's more important to me, and this is my honest, straight from the heart answer, it's more important to me that his mental health is good and that he's not too stressed out than to me adding nagging to a situation and being like, babe, you gonna do this, you gonna do that, when you gonna do this, he'll get there when he get there. Because, like, what's more important to me is having a healthy man that that I can continue to build with. You understand? And, like, the things that really, like, need to be done, he'll do it. He'll get that done. Tina says, I am let me see if I can say it like Tina. I am wonderfully flawed and perfectly imperfect. Amen. Taking a person in as your own is allowing the other person to discover you as you discover them. Because we're ever evolving, we commit to the process. I did it! That was good. That was really good, Tina. That's so perfectly summarized what we're talking about. But that's like, and if you look at yourself like that, if you look at yourself as being wonderfully flawed, like, and not beating yourself up because you're not perfect. There's no perfect person on this goddamn earth. And when you understand that and understand that your partner is also not perfect, so you can't condemn them for not doing things the way you want them to do it all the time. You can't condemn them. They might be going through some kind of emotional turmoil, and all they need is to come home to peace. They don't need to come home to, you ain't clean up the kitchen, you ain't make the bed, you ain't this, you ain't that. They don't need that shit. Who that, like, I don't want to come home to that. I don't want to come home to screaming and yelling. I want to come home to peace. So I don't know. I just came to, like, what's more important to me? And what's more important to me is the mental well-being and health of my husband. We ain't getting younger. We getting older. And I want to be juicy in my old age. Do you understand? I ain't trying to stress him out, and I ain't trying to be stressed out. Like, we can share the stress when we need to. Like, we were both stressed about this stupid gutters, but thank God we're gonna get that done. It's handled. Hallelujah. It is handled. And it's gonna get fixed, and it's gonna be fine, and amen. So thankful for that. But we share that. Like, we don't do this thing alone. Okay. And I don't want that for any of you. Like, if you want to be married, start doing that work on yourself. Like, start doing the work on yourself to get to a place where you can receive peace without being like, well, what's wrong with him? Like, you can sit in peace and you can also be his peace. Because I think sometimes we get so accustomed to drama and chaos. When things are peaceful, we want to create chaos. Don't do that. Or you're waiting when it's too peaceful, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Don't, like, work on that too. Work on that, because that's really anxiety. That's really anxiety playing on you. Did I answer your question, T? Or did I, child? Did I? All right, guys, you got me for another like 10 minutes, then I gotta go. Tina said, if a person waits long enough in life, why am I doing that? Put your glasses back on, child. If a person waits long enough in life, they will find out that most of the things we think are urgent now won't matter later. It takes being willing to ask the questions of if the energy given is worth the spill. Yes. Yes. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to get the garage door fixed right now? Somewhat. So you were saying you just shouldn't say nothing. See, with that, it kind of depends on the situation. So from in my relationship, because of my man's patterns, like major things that need to get done, like the garbage needs to be taken out, like the snow needs to be shoveled, like my car needs to be cleaned off, like I need air in my tires, like, like everyday things, like he'll do it, right? He'll do that stuff. But like, let's say, I can't even think of an example. Let's say there's a project I want to get done in the house. All right. And we didn't get to do it this weekend or something like that. Or we didn't do it next weekend. And he was tired. I'm not going to go to him on football Sunday and be like, yo, I need you to help me reorganize my closet. And then he doesn't. And then I'm mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Or so the reason why I can't say yes to what you're saying, you shouldn't say nothing, is because it depends on your man's pattern. So if your man is doing the things that he needs to do on a regular basis, and there's certain things that he forgets or something like that, or he has a time where, he said he was going to reorganize the garage this weekend, but he didn't do it this weekend. That's not something that requires you to nag him about. He'll get to it. You know what I'm saying? So T said, my problem is that I am used to being alone. So when I want something, I get it. I don't want to be waiting and waiting. See, yeah. And I think a lot of women or people that have been single for a long time kind of struggle with turning the I into we, because it's like you have to include another person. But then at the same time, you do want to be with someone. So there has to be some kind of compromise or bend there, Because like, what is it that you want that that you ask them to get that's so important that if you go without it for a little bit, or if they don't get it today, they say, "Oh, I forgot," and they get it the next day or something. I don't know. Like, give me an example of a thing that would be like something that would piss you off. T said, get an okay in your spirit. If it is not going to cause irreparable damage, let them experience the consequences of whatever you're waiting on. That's the truth too. Listen, I can't tell you all my secrets, child. But you definitely sometimes have to. Oh, and the other thing too is you can't always do everything for the other person. How are they going to learn and grow if you're always just doing it for them? You know what I mean? Okay, so T says, what if your headlight has been out in your car and he says, I will take care of it? A month has gone by. You don't say nothing. I will do it myself after 1 week. If I, but that's the thing. That's what I was saying about behavior. So if I said, babe, my headlight is out, he's going to go to AutoZone. I don't know if he like doing that, but he gonna go to AutoZone. Or he might say, like, let's say he's at work and I'm driving somewhere and then my headlight went out. That happened to me actually. He was like, all right, because he was at work. So he was like, go to AutoZone, get the light, and then come to my job. So I did that, and I came to his job, and he put it on. I think I have a video. I don't know if that was on Instagram. I think it might have been on Instagram. I don't think I put it up on here on YouTube, but it's like a short, a reel. So he'll do that, you know. But then I think just because you have a man that doesn't jump on that stuff right away, he might not be that type of guy. But you can teach him that stuff about you. That is your love language. Like actual acts of service is your love language. So he got to get up on that. Like that's stuff that you can work on through communication. It doesn't mean throw the whole man away. You know how I was saying before about throwing the whole thing away because it doesn't work? Sometimes you don't have to throw the whole person away because they don't have that skill. If they're willing to learn, if they're willing to do what they need to do to treat you right, then don't throw that all away. Just because he didn't come pre-packaged that way. If he's willing to do the work, then let him do the work. Let him do the work. And then you in turn say, what is something that I do that you want me to work on to change? Tina says, maybe if the time is scheduled with them rather than a task for them, it may go better that way. Communicating, are you going to be busy later, could help target a time and date sometimes. Yes, presence is a motivator for real, Tina. But that's a good example. Is saying like, hey, can we do it at such and such time? Or not just saying, hey, my headlight is out. Like put in time to it, you know? The Weight of Me says, hey, the Weight of Me, how are you? Welcome to the live. Oh, snap. Mrs. Lover, Lover. Mrs. Lover, Lover. Girl. Mrs. Lover, Lover. Mrs. Lover, Lover. They call her Mrs. Fantastic. Welcome to the live, Fantastic. You sound like you are. Yeah, you know what, Tina? You know what though, T? I think when you are a woman of a certain age and you've lived, Mama has lived, you learn from your experiences and you learn that over time this is what should be. But in a relationship, it really depends on the person you're with. If you're married to someone that has difficulty like picking up cues, some men are not. Well, not some. All men are not mind readers. Wait, hold on. Dr. Ninja Turtle said, I had to dip out. Can you put your interview schedule on your community post? Also, I'm trying to find the Professor X interview. Okay, you want me to reshare? I'll reshare the Professor X interview. I'll reshare that on my community post now. But when you're in a relationship, you really have to, sometimes you got to spell it out for them. But it's all in the way you say it. If you're like, my light is out and I need you to do it now because you always say you're going to do it, but you don't do it. How does that feel? That might be what you want to say, right? You might want to say that. But instead of that, say, hey, babe, it really makes me feel protected when you do it for me. Can you please do it, daddy? can you can you fix my tail light? You big strong man. I'll tip you later. Then it's a win-win. Everybody wins. Like, I'm gonna tip you later, daddy. Or maybe you don't want to call him daddy. I mean, it depends on what y'all, whatever works for you. Zaddy. You can call him Zaddy if you want. But it's really like all in how you say things. It really is when it comes down to it. Look. Tina said, I have been around the block a pair of seconds. You want to say that. Hey, Rodney. Right. They'll put a move on it after. Yes. Encouragement. It is in that back rub and that soft-spoken request. Yes. Rodney said, I walked in on the perfect part of the live. Yes, Rodney. We're talking about, like, communication in a relationship and when and how to get your man to do certain things. So I was saying that, well, T she had a question or like a scenario. She was saying, let's say you tell your partner that your headlight is out. Your headlights. Sorry. See, I told you I'm immature. Your headlight is out, right? And I was like, well, it depends on the behavior of your man. Like, if I tell BFF my headlight is out, when I had a situation like this, he was at work already, so he told me what to do. He told me go to AutoZone, get this particular light. He stayed on FaceTime with me while I was in AutoZone. Then he was like, bring the light bulb to me. So I drove my car over to him. He put in the light bulb for me, right away. Like, he don't play around with that kind of stuff, right? So he did that. But if your man needs a little encouragement, I was saying, Tina suggested you give him a specific time. Hey, are you going to be busy later? I need you to do X, Y, and Z. I said, you'd be like, honey, when you get home tonight or when you get off of work, can you stop at AutoZone and get my light for me? I love when you use your big, strong hands. Wait, let me start. I love when you use your big, strong hands to fix my car. And after you're done, honey, I'm going to give you a tip. He'll run to the goddamn autos. He'd be like, you what? What you said? Tell him you going to put the tip on the back of your throat when he finished. And I bet you would get done. But see, a lot of women be like, I ain't doing all of that. He's supposed to be done. Cut all of that shit out. All of that.
We are going to be reading.
Oh, I got still connected. My bad. What was I doing, guys? This thing that's just started Danielle's live or some. I think this was a video. I was going to my channel. See, a lot of women, y'all, we still stuck on your pride. But at the end of the day, you want to be with somebody. You want to be with somebody. You want to be in a relationship, but you scared to get down on your knees sometimes. You feel me? Down on your knees. Hi, Nelly. You came back. Wait, hold on. I'm still trying to hear your story, Tina Mo. Hey, Tina Mo. Wait. It's so weird because women don't need encouragement. Who told you that? See, I think what happens with us women is we don't verbalize our needs. And that happens outside of the bedroom and inside of the bedroom. We don't verbalize what we need, what we want. Men, they'll tell you, hey, I need some special attention tonight. They'll tell you. But we don't do that. We've been, because you know why I think that is? Well, I can't say we, because I do that. But Typically, women don't do that. So if you need encouragement, you have to let your partner know. Sometimes I need to hear that I did a good job. Sometimes I need to hear that you're proud of me. Sometimes I need to hear X, Y, and Z. I need to hear it. You have to verbalize that. And if he's still not willing to do it, then that's a different situation. But if you're not communicating that need, he's not communicating that either, but he's a human being. And most men, they don't hear enough. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for risking your life. Thank you for doing all of this hard work and coming home and thinking about these bills and all of that. Like, thank you. But if you need that too, especially if a man, most of the time men are raised to bottle their emotions. So, and women aren't. We're not raised like that. So if you tell him and you bring that type of environment into the household, because men are the head, but women are the neck, right? We the neck. And what the neck do? It hold that head up. Figuratively and physically. All right. Okay, wait 1 second. Let me do one thing at a time because you people are perverted. Hold on. I know that. See, look at that. I'm behind again. Wait, child. Hold on. We do need encouragement. Fantastic. I'm still trying to hear your story, Tina Mo. Tina Mo. For real, like, ooh. I just got an idea. Okay, Tina said, we need encouragement to do certain things. Everything is not automatic with women either. Sometimes incentives help us too. Yes. Fantastic said that's so extra. Ha. I'm not saying you always will have to do it to that extreme. I was just being, I'm gonna put some sauce on it. Like, come on, guys. We gotta entertain. We talking and stuff, but I gotta entertain. Y'all just sitting here listening to me. I gotta give you a little 1-2. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, here we go. I'm about to say, where'd it go? All right, I'm sharing it to my community post. Did you get a chance to check out my interview? Well, check out my live with come on. I think I just saw Professor X in the chat too. Hold on 1 second, guys. The convo was post. All right, I did it. Dr. Ninja Turtle, if you're still here. I see somebody said Professor X. Oh, he's not in here? Okay. Headlights for headlights. Exactly. Hey, Yvette. Yes, headlights for headlights. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we need encouragement for sure. Like, and we also have to get to a place as women where we're able to communicate that and not swallow. You have to you got to swallow your pride. Like, women, we can be proud too. We don't, we always got especially black women, right? We got this. We're strong. We're independent. But in reality, that shit beats you down over time. Like, you have to be vulnerable. You got to be soft and pink sometimes. You need protection too. But in order to protect yourself, in order for your partner to know that they need to protect you, you got to talk. They're not just going to know. They're no mind reader. And if you're always getting up and doing and you're not verbalizing, hey, I need X, Y, and Z, then how's he going to know that? How is he just going to know because you're slamming dishes? That's not communicating your needs. That's you expressing your frustration, but they don't know the root of why you're frustrated. You got to open up your jaw and talk. You got to. Because you told a man 20 times. You told a man 20 times. You told him 20 times what? What did you tell him and how? I know people be like, girl, I ain't trying to be doing all kind of tricks and dips. But it's not what you say, honey. It's how you say it and how deep your throat. No. Sorry. But we're going to have a conversation about that too. We're going to have a conversation. Maybe I will do that on members. So y'all need to be members for that. But we need to talk, ladies. Like, we got to talk about sex. And we got to talk. We got to talk. Okay? Because y'all be too shy. It's all in the how. It really is in the how. And it's all in, like, yeah, sometimes you don't realize how snappy you are, or how inconsiderate you are sometimes. I'm not saying that you specifically, Fantastic. I'm not saying that. T said, I'm shy in real life. You shy? You can be shy in real life, but don't be shy in the bedroom, boo. Tina said, I ain't shy at all. Listen, me either. And sometimes, like, when I'm on this side of YouTube, I'm like watching how even in members you can't go crazy, but like on this side of YouTube, I feel like censored a little bit. Like I have to censor how I say things. Because my mouth is like, I just give it up. I just say what I'm going to say, and it just comes out the way it's going to come out. But yeah, I want to know more, Fantastic. She said, because you told the man 20 times. You told him 20 times what? Like, what did you say and how did you say it? Are you still here? Maybe she can't type that much. I know that's a lot to type, y'all. And I'm not saying every man is built the same. There's some assholes. Oh, my child came in and just threw me off. Hi, child. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough not wanting to feel like you're losing yourself, but still provide the needs your partner requires, right? And still pour into your own cup. This is not an easy thing to juggle, but it's important to have that conversation and to talk about things like that. Tina said, I'm toned down on YouTube a great degree. Not saying I'm a brazen husband, but I do like to speak my mind in ways the average woman wouldn't. Same. Like, and I try to keep it a little PG over here, but when to be honest with you ladies, like when y'all be like, ew, I don't swallow, I'm like, bitch. Fantastic said, like, tell your man to wash dishes or take out the trash at a specific time. And you said it already, but I have to repeat it. I don't have that issue at this time, but it's the repeating just to remind them of something. Okay. Like, tell my man to wash dishes or take out the trash at a specific time. Okay. So the dishes. So the dishes, do you want your dishes washed at a certain time because you need it to be clean in the kitchen for something, or is it just because you want the kitchen clean? 1. 2, what are they doing in lieu of not washing the dishes? But the reason why I'm asking that is because do you want the dishes washed at a certain time to appease you, or is it for a specific reason? Because if they do the dishes at some point, if they do the dishes, you want the dishes done at 7, and they do the dishes at midnight. Does that bother you? Is that inconvenient, or is that something that is detrimental to the household? Like, you know? Now the trash, if they don't take it out by the time the trash is supposed to be taken out, that's a problem, right? Because then the garbage will pile up. Because like sometimes you're repeating something and you want something done, but is it because of your own OCD that you want it done right now? Because I know for me, that would annoy the shit out of me. Because I'm not one of those people that has to be done right now. I could sit all day and let the dishes sit there until I feel like it. So you probably wouldn't want to live with me. Hey. Yvette said, LOL, well, coach, I can't. Why you can't be in there? Because I'm not having. Girl. So you be ready when you are, child. What you mean? Bring your tail in there. Yeah, I know you can't write the full word. That's probably why I be snapping out. I need to. Well, we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about single love too, child. You got a toy? Shoot, what you mean? Tina says sometimes two things need to be swallowed. One is your pride. Exactly. Piled high dishes. Just an example. No dishes 3 to 4 days later. Sometimes you gotta. This is okay. If y'all are new to living together, and they'll let the dishes pile for 3 and 4 days, and you've expressed to them in an even tone, listen, babe, like I don't want to always have to wash the dishes. I think we should take turns. And when it's your turn to wash the dishes, they pile up for 3 to 4 days. I would let them motherfuckers pile up. If I watch them, same thing like if you do that with your kids. If you told your kid to do something and they don't do it, and then you go behind them and do it, what is that teaching them? Not to do it, right? So them motherfuckers gonna pile up till they ain't not one dish in the house. Then he gonna be like, I ain't got no dishes. I'm gonna be like, yes you do, they in the sink. That's just me though. I don't know. Because 3 to 4 days, that's crazy. Like, why wouldn't they? Like, what's going on? You all right? You okay? Are you okay? Like, what the hell? But again, that's not something that throws a whole person away. If they have other good qualities, and that's another compromise, fantastic. If you find that you're constantly washing dishes, you don't want to, and your partner has an issue, no, you don't want to wash them either, obviously, then guess what? Maybe I'll need paper plates. Right, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Love you. Later. Have a good day, hon. Yeah, it makes more trash, but y'all, look. Get paper cups, plates, napkins, forks and spoons, and knives. Tina said that pride is covering something else up. Getting to the core of why the pride is there is in the first place of true. Wait. Let me go back. Getting to the core of why the pride is there. In place of true self-discovery and answers. Is that what you meant instead? Is place of true self-discovery and answer. I think I know what you're saying. You're saying that pride, first of all, that pride is definitely masking something. I know where it comes from. So I know where my pride came from. I'll give you an example. Okay. When I was a kid, I got the most attention because I was smart. I could get the answers right all the time, right? Well, not all the time, but you know what I'm saying. Like I was in the gifted and talented program. I'm pretty like I'm adaptable. I'm able to do a lot of different little things, and I'm really good with the arts and blah 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 blah. So that when you get that at a young age, and everything stems from your childhood, just so you know. I know y'all know that, but you really need to know that. Because that's where you get those initial cues when you're a kid. So validation came from that. Validation came from all of that. Validation came from always, getting the answer right or getting 100 on this test, and oh wow, and everyone being proud and happy and all of that, right? So that will materialize into you growing up and feeling like you always need to be right. Thank God I recognized that in myself early on. And I was like, why do I have to feel this need to always be right? It comes from childhood because that was how I was validated when I was a kid. I learned all of this in therapy too, so don't give it all to me. But once you let go of that and realize that you're not always going to be the smartest person in the room. You're not always going to be the brightest person in the room, but you're always going to be uniquely you in the room. Once you let go of that pride of being right, it starts to melt away. And that's a huge thing in relationships because you guys can be arguing over friggin' a paper bag. Well, yeah, a paper bag, which is something insignificant. You could be arguing about a paper bag because both of you feel like you need to be right. And at the end of the day, who really wins? Both of you have argued and said things below the belt because of a paper bag, because of that need, that pride. Babylon, your kingdom is falling. T said, my feelings, I've been hurt. Yes, and we don't. And then if you dig even deeper than that, T, about being hurt, if you go back to your childhood, there's times where that came into play. And there's a reason why you protect that. You understand? Tina said, getting to the reason why you have pride will take you on a journey of self-discovery and answers. Everything isn't wired to trauma. Sometimes it's wired to your reward system. That's exactly me. Like, that was the way I got validation as a child. Being smart, being able to pick things up quickly, being able to, boom, T, that's it. Yeah, my father never showed up. And dealing with that as a young child, when you're a young child and you have a parent out there that doesn't show up for you, the abandonment, the feelings of mistrust, the feelings of inadequacy, all of that, it starts to seed. Those seeds are developed then. Why didn't he want me? Why didn't he want to pick me up? And then as you get older, teenage years, that turns into anger because you're already starting to protect that little kid. You're already starting to protect her. My condolences, T. Like, what is that like? My God. T, just in case you can't read, guys, if someone's driving, she says, I never knew him, then he died. He chose drugs and alcohol because my mom left him. Your mom had to leave, though. I'm pretty sure, just based on what you're saying, your mom had to leave because that drug and alcohol probably, she saw the patterns. And I've shared with you guys that my first husband, I saw the pattern. You know what I mean? I saw the pattern, and I was like, we ain't doing this. Right. It hurt when he blamed my mom, but she was the one there, right? And remember, like, you as a child, understanding relationships from a child's view and a child's eye, hearing those types of things. I talk a lot to parents about this, especially when I used to work in my previous job, about how you relay family issues to your kids. Because children, they're not able to process adult situations. They're going to process it from a child's eye. So you have to talk to them with age-specific or age-appropriate language and let them know what's happening in the truth. Telling them the truth. I believe in telling kids the truth. Telling them the truth, but in a way that they can understand. I hurt it. It hurt when he blamed my mom, but she was the one there. She left because he was physically abusive and had other kids on her. And but you see, when someone isn't evolved, they'll never be able to take accountability for their actions. They'll say, "Oh, why was she like she broke up the family because she left me." Not saying, "Oh no, I broke up the family. I broke our agreement because what? I was not protective of her, physically abusive, and was outside having unprotected intercourse with other women, ended up having children. Children, you said. But it's her fault because she left. No, Nuggle. She had to leave to protect herself. Tina said, please allow me to reintroduce a thought. Being on drugs ain't isn't are not always being on drugs are not always a choice that people want to make true. It is the default to what hasn't been dealt with internally. For sure. Substance abuse is substance abuse. It truly is a disease. And I believe that stems from childhood as well. If you go back to people's childhoods, like honestly, I'm talking about my former job, because I did so much with that position. I would be a strong advocate for children to not be heavily medicated when they were 8 and 9 and 10 years old, because I believe that's where that trigger for substances begins, and in childhood, when you're on Adderall and you're on mood stabilizers and all of that stuff. As you get older, and they're saying, okay, you're no longer in the school system, you're no longer in any kind of system, and you're left to fend for your own devices. You're not going to a psychiatrist to get these prescriptions. So now what is the next thing? And you'll be surprised, more often than not, a lot of children, especially black young boys, are prescribed Ritalin. Was it Ritalin? It was Ritalin, but then they turned it to Adderall, and now Concerta. I'm not sure if there's anything else. But the child that I'm speaking about, they were trying to put him on serotonin. Do you know what serotonin does? And what it treats? They were trying to put this little 8-year-old black boy on serotonin, 40 milligrams. And not to diminish, anyone's experience with a person that's on substances, because I also dealt with that. I was in a relationship with someone that was on substances, and I had to sleep with my purse under my damn pillow. Okay? T says, my mom never spoke to him. She lied and said he was coming back, but he never did. When he did come, I didn't want to see him because the damage was already done. Yeah. It hurt more when he wanted to pretend to be a father to his girlfriend's children. Because I feel like men do that because there's no real emotional attachment to them, to the children of the girlfriend. But you don't see that as his biological daughter. That's a lot to unpack, T. T, did you mention before, have you ever spoken about going to therapy or counseling just to work through that stuff? It's really beneficial. I don't remember if you said you did before. I think maybe you did. Maybe, but I don't care. You fight it. He never fought for us. He chose it because he went to rehab to save his money just to get out to overdose. Wow. It's tough because you have an emotional attachment to this man, and he hurt you. His actions hurt you, and he never was able to redeem that. And so I understand your feelings. I totally understand those. Yeah, I encourage everybody to go at least for a good 6 months. Go to therapy. and be open and honest. But the thing is, when you go to therapy, right, what people don't tell you is you might have to shop around for a good therapist, one that you feel comfortable with. You might go to one and be like, I don't really like their vibe. And it takes you a while to find one that you like. But once you do a good, at least a good 6 months to just start working on, I say longer, but Tina says all of those actions taken, infidelity, physical, physical, I'll say A, physical A, verbal A are the byproduct of what he didn't have the ability to overcome. T said, I didn't have no attachment because I never saw him ever. But you didn't have a physical attachment, but you have an emotional attachment to him because he was your father and he wasn't there. So his actions affected you because you still feel some kind of way about it, you know? So because of that absence, that is still attachment. Do you understand? Like, that's still an attachment because he biologically is yours. You share the same blood, and his actions directly affected you because he's your father, and he should have done. Ooh, what happened? Can y'all hear me? It just bugged out. Learning his story, not just the yes, I know he passed, but so you have no connection with anybody like from his side of the family, nothing, right? But learning about him as a person might help. Like his upbringing. Maybe your mom, does she know some of his stuff? I don't know if she talks about him ever. And I don't know if that might be too much. It might feel like betrayal, or it might feel like trauma for her to bring him up. No, it was not. Like, what the fuck? Nobody told me to add it. What are you talking about? Hold on, y'all. Let me just double check and see if they put it. And I'm like, how? I didn't add it. Babylon. People love harassing me. Like, I'm like, it's a quiet day today. Like, chill. That's why I'm able to chill with y'all. But let me just do this. I can't complain. Alright. Clean. It says 12:24, so unless she fucking... I didn't add it. Hold on 1 second, guys. When I was a kid, his father died. He didn't come. Then his mom passed. He didn't come. Then my brother, his namesake, got killed. He didn't come. By then I was an early teen. I was over him. Felt he was never going to show. Yeah, T, my encouragement for you to help you to move past this is to go to therapy and really talk about this stuff. You got to get it out. Because even through your words, I can feel resentment. And that's not good to hold on to, because then what that does is you expect that to happen to you with any man that you're dealing with. So it's like you almost expect him not to show up. You almost expect him not to disappoint you. Even if you're not saying that, the actions will say that until you can release that. Trust me. I have a very good friend who also had a lot of issues with her dad, and it materialized in her relationships, because it's like you've never had a healthy attachment to a man. So because you've never had a healthy attachment to a man, when you find someone that actually loves you, you don't know what the hell to do with it. So you yell at it, you fight it, but you don't really want them to leave. But it's like you're almost testing them to see how much they can take. Let me tell you something about childhood. Our childhood is so important, and when you are a parent or responsible for kids, make sure that you make their childhood as healthy as you can. I mean, and that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody, child. That's a lot of pressure. Yeah, thank you for still being here, T. And fantastic, semi-fantastic. T said, I feel I'm in a better place because I was able to apologize to my friend, even though. Wait! What the hell? Oh, girl, what happened? What you mean you're not friends anymore? This the guy the New Year. Look, you got me stuttering. The New Year's Eve. Hold on. You know what, too? You know what, guys? Because I get to work from home, we're gonna get like constant emails, and like they want to make sure I'm working or something. Messages, like secret haters. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a hater. Like, you don't want to be me. Like, I don't understand why people hate. You do not. And this might look. I might make it look easy or whatever y'all think. This is not easy. Dang, I got how many? I didn't even say. I haven't even been saying like the live, subscribe to the channel. None of that, child. Oh well. Hold on, guys. Makes sense, Coach. T made big eyes. Surprised. I'm still here, just trying to cook something, but I do agree with y'all conversations. Fantastic said I didn't know I had a dad till I was a teen. Wow. 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 T said, I just get upset and say whatever. Most men let me slide, not him. Yeah, because he not. You can't say whatever. You can't say whatever. But I'm telling you, I personally, I can't. I'm just speaking from experience, and I'm speaking from professional experience as well. But that's where I think it comes from. I think it comes from that fear of of history repeating itself. So when you get someone that you actually like, you push them away, even though you don't really want them to go, but it's easier for them not to be there than them to be there, and you having to deal with yourself. That's tough. Especially someone that ain't gonna put up with your foolishness. Now you could be with somebody that's gonna sit there and let you beat them up, but then that's not who you really want to be with, right? You want someone that matches you, not somebody that you can just beat down, child. Who wants that? It was not added. So what's the what? This is what I don't understand. Like, don't the day before the meeting me. They have to wait. Like, learn how to tell people no. Shit. That's the one thing, guys. I am not afraid to say no. Like, no, we can't do it today. The agenda is set. It has been sent. Now I'm gonna redo everything. No. This is what I'm talking. Like, this lady is sitting here trying to think of stuff for me to do. I don't want to be nobody's supervisor. One more thing, guys, and then I'll be back fully. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. I just want to double check. Yep, you can talk about it at the end, bitch. Oop. Sorry. But there's a section at the end of the agenda for open discussion. It can be presented at that time without having to amend and resend the agenda. And no, I'll just say agenda. I'll just say and meeting materials. Right? Doesn't that sound better? And meeting materials? Hello, does it sound better, guys? No, I'm just kidding. That's all you have to tell them. Like I'm like, man, if I wanted to be somebody's supervisor, which I don't, I would be really effective because I've learned how to work smart and not hard. Like, for instance, in this situation, we have a meeting tomorrow. The meeting is tomorrow morning. No, it's tomorrow at 1:00. But we like to send out our meeting materials like a week in advance before the meeting, right? Someone emailed, I think yesterday, and said, can we add an item to the email, to the agenda? So we have a section at the end of the agenda for open discussion. So as you heard, I just said they can talk about it then. So they're like wanting me to redo this agenda and add this item to the agenda. I'm like, for what? We can add it we tell them, look, we have the open discussion. You can talk about it during that time. And when we do the minutes for the meeting, I can just add the topic or the topic discussion topic point or whatever it is to that. Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all want to redo the wheel for what? For what? Tell that hoe you be at the end of the meeting with that late shit. Like, the fuck? That's what I would say. I'd be like, look at hoe. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Ha ha ha. Okay, let me stop because people be taking stuff to heart. But that's just how I get through my day, with humor and glee. This is my type of humor. Oh, this is an old email. All right. What message is held for review? Let's see. What's up, Sean? How you doing? You still here? Did you subscribe to the channel, Sean? All right, guys. I really love this guy. Every time we come on here, we end up having a nice adult conversation, talking like grown women's and everything. I really appreciate that. And I really thank each and every one of you for showing up and participating in the chat. I don't have I like my channel. I like the way I do things over here too. I like it. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go. I want to finish up my day because I have a few things to just finish up with work. Nothing too crazy because I did everything early this morning, so I wouldn't have to like stress myself out all day. I just banged it out, and that was that. And then we had 2 meetings, and then I did a few like tie-up stuff, and now I'm good. I don't have nothing else really to do for the day. But yeah, I want to thank you guys. And I also want to invite you to work out. Hi, Sean. Hey, boo. Did you subscribe? I asked you if you, I see you didn't double tap the screen. Can you like the live? Can we at least get 30 likes? Jeez Louise. Um, yeah, I want to invite you guys to work out tonight. We're going to be doing another chair workout, which has been received pretty well. Like people are enjoying the chair workouts. Um, and I kind of like them. You know, I'm missing my weights, child. I'm missing my weights, but I can't use any weights, so I had to get creative, right? So I think chair workouts are great because it seems like it's going to be easy because you're sitting in a chair. So people might be like, "Oh, this is nothing," but if you really do it for real, you'll sweat and sitting in that chair, and you also can do some really good core work. Aw, thank you, Sean. I really appreciate that. Did you also subscribe to the channel or did you just like the live? You have to subscribe and you also, please, Sean, hit the notification bell. There's this select all. So every time I go live, you'll be here. And if you decide to show up or not, that's up to you. But you'll at least be notified every time I go live or post a new video. Okay, I really appreciate it if you could do that for me. That would be awesome. All right, loves. Mama gone. Mama gone. Finish up the day and then get ready for class tonight. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain Time. And this is the day. Like, if you've never taken a class with me, Tuesday is the day you want to take because you're sitting in the chair. Now, what? What you got to say now? Everybody be like, "Oh, coach, you be on the floor. I can't, coach." All right, well, we sitting in the chair. Huh? Hello? Am I going to see you in class this evening? Let's work out. We're going to do a little 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, class is at 7 o'clock. You have plenty of time to get your life together and show up for class with your chair. And I will see you then. All right, my loves. I'll talk to you later, in it. But, ooh, wait. Let me find out what exercise I was doing. What was I doing yesterday? What we did yesterday? Why the back right here hurt? Yes, Yvette. We're going to have fun tonight. We're not doing the line dance tonight. Tonight, we're going to be working our upper body with no weights, and we're sitting in a chair. There's some other exercises we could do, but I can't do that right now because it is. But I want to show y'all some. But I'll do that in another video. I'll do that in a video because I'm gonna start doing exercise videos that go straight to evergreen content kind of videos. But yeah. I know that's my tricep. Thank you, Sean. But I was just trying to think because I do workouts every day. So yesterday I didn't work my triceps, so I'm wondering why they felt sore just now. All right, guys. I'm trying to wait. I was trying to see if we got 30 likes, but it's like squeezing. It's like squeezing juice out of a dry ass lemon, child. You ever try to do that? That's how y'all be liking my stuff, my videos. And I kind of understand with the workouts, because if you actually are working out, then of course you're not sitting there liking the video. But what I want people to do, if anybody watches this and listens all the way to the end, anybody at all that decides to work out with me, when you first enter the live, double tap the screen, say, "Hey, coach, working out," and then you don't gotta say nothing else. That's it. But come in, like the live. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. "Hey, coach, working out." Period. That's all you gotta say. Because if you're working out, then that's good. But at least let's get these likes up. Because I know people are watching, and I know people are doing it because I'm looking at the analytics. But people are not liking the video. as much as they're actually doing the workout. And people are going back and doing the replay and watching the workout on a replay. So T says, I'm trying to stay sane. You know what would really help, T? Working out. And I'm not even trying to be funny. Let me tell you something. Working out saved my life. Saved me from despair and sadness. Because there's something about putting the effort into yourself. Putting the effort into moving your body. Sweating. Pushing past your comfort zone. It changes your brain chemistry. And you start to look at yourself differently. You start to look at life differently. You start to think about your circumstances differently. Oh my God, my guy, I gotta stay for 2 minutes because my guy is here. Hello, Stashy with the cashy. I love saying that. Yo, Stash, first of all, my brother, how are you? Yeah, we was just having like we got into some things today. Stash, you know how I give it up. Like whenever I be talking about relationships, you be like, yes, coach, yes. But like I've learned a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like I've learned a lot about how these things should go. And just by working on myself. Like we was talking, child. We was having some deep talks about why we act the way that we act, why women have a hard time letting the man lead. And what I said was, what I don't understand about that, about not letting a man lead, is you trust this man to, and you know my mouth is vulgar, right? So I was I'm like, you trust the man to take his unprotected eggplant and drop off in your business, right? You risk your life to have children for this man. You share a house with this man. You share space, just life with this man, but you don't trust him to lead. So what you really don't trust is yourself, because you chose him and you're allowing him into your precious everything, but you're not trusting him to lead. So then how much do you trust yourself? How much does it cost to join your workout class, coach? So on YouTube, you can be in there for free, but if you really ready to like be watched for real, like, and you ready for the ready, then you can do a bundle that's $25 for 5 classes. You can even, I would suggest, if somebody was starting out, I would say do the bundle, because you could take 1 class per week with me, because it's different when I'm watching you. When you on the live, you could be like, yeah, coach think I'm working out, I'm just fucking chilling. And then you do a little bit. You know, you give him a little shimmy, then you take it right back. But when you on that Zoom, I'm in your face. But yes, that's what we was talking about. We were talking about that. We were talking about how social media, you know what I be saying all the time, how social media has F these chicks' minds up. And men too, but I focus on my sex, the women's. It's messed people up to thinking that romance and relationships are this grandiose thing where it's like they have to do all of this stuff in order to date you. But all of that grandiose stuff does not show you who the heart of that person is. It doesn't show you who the heart of that person is. Does it? Like, somebody can buy you all the roses, can fly you to friggin' heaven and back, child. But on the day to day, who is that? Who is he? Like, is he doing that on Monday? Then on Tuesday, he busting you upside your face and then telling you, I took you to the moon yesterday. Go in there and scrub the floor. Like, what that mean? And then we talked about looks. We talked about how important the importance of your appearance, like how important is being a baddie, because that's the focus now. Like everybody wants to be bad, and I'm like, okay, you're bad, but what else? You're bad and mad. This was on this like yes, that's yes. In the like towards the beginning, I just be going off. You know my mouth, child. I be going off sometimes. But nah, it's just you know what I mean. I'm getting older, child, and I just be sitting back observing, and a lot of the conversations, a lot of people put pride in the wrong things. They put pride in their looks. They put pride in being a baddie, and they put pride in like, oh, I could snag a nigga, or I could whatever a nigga, like all this stupid shit that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, like none of us are getting younger. We're all aging. Every day, every time you wake up, you older. Every single mother loving day, you are older. And what do you want your life to look like when you're 50? What do you want it to look like? Like, who do you want to be? How do you want to present yourself? How will you present yourself to the world? And you really need to think about that once you hit 20, shit, because you turn around, you're 50. What's up, Jeffrey? You turn around, bitch, you is 50 years old. Quick, fast, and in a hurry, right? So what are you going to do? Like, who are you going to be? Who are you preparing yourself to be? And any woman that complains about every single no that they've been with, then really what they need to work on is learning to trust themselves, learning to trust their own judgment, and pausing the poom poom. Oh, happy birthday to your daughter, Jeffrey. Happy birthday, daughter. She's 20 years old, child. Woo! You need to pause the poom poom for a little bit and work on yourself. Like, truly work on yourself. Oh, she's at her school. Ooh, child, you better call her up there and be like, hey, I can see you through the phone, girl. You better not be doing nothing crazy tonight. Do that. Call her and be like, hey, don't make me reach out and touch somebody. Because 20, I ain't going to tell you what? I ain't do nothing. Nah, that was 21. Ooh. But yeah. Mama has lived. Wait, what? I done text her. She have a boyfriend. You met the boyfriend? Yo, call her on FaceTime and be like, let me tell you something. No. Be like, let me tell you something. Oh, okay, you did. Good. Because, about boyfriend. No, but she's 20. She is 20. But to be honest, I mean, I know you're a dad. I know he's a good person. Good. Okay, he's really a good person, but you know what I mean? Tell him he better straighten up and fly right, and don't, you know what I mean? Like they need to graduate. Okay? They need to graduate first. And if they are doing things, which, you know, we hate to think about our kids doing things. Whew, but protection, please, and thank you. Right. Don't make me come up there, child. Don't make me shotgun down there. Ooh, we are crazy for kids, ain't you? Crazy for your kids, child. Crazy for them kids. Look, T said, oh boy, what? Because I'm a pastor? I know didn't I say I was leaving like 2 years ago? But then Stash came. You know, Stash not going to be here long. You know, Stash, he be in and out. You going to work, Stash, if you're still even here? Are you going to work? Because Stash, you know, he'll hang out with you for a little bit. But my boy be In and out. Oh, I gotta get my feet done this weekend. I get my toes done every 2 weeks. And I'm looking at my nails are starting to grow a little bit. I don't like that. We all been through that time. Yes. So that's why you know why parents are so tough on like the young adults, because we know what the hell we were doing. Not pastor, but because the girl has oh yes, the girl has a boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Yep. But it's okay if she has a boyfriend, but just guys, be safe. Make sure you said he's a good guy, you met him, all of that. Make sure, their relationship is healthy and that they're still getting their studies done, which I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. Because sometimes, that first little boyfriend away from home, child, listen. But I had my first boyfriend, like my first like boyfriend, when I was in college, ooh, we broke up. We broke up. Like, he didn't go to my school though. He was back home. We broke up the day before I was leaving to come back to college for, what's that, senior year or junior year? I think it was senior year. It was my senior year. We broke up the day before I left. Or the night before I left, we broke up. Because I found out he was seeing some other girl, right? And he thought I was playing. I don't play around. So when I found out, me and him were supposed to go out. So let me tell you how I found out, right? Me and him were supposed to go out. I'm at his house, waiting for him. He was in the shower, getting ready to get dressed, and we were gonna go out. And his phone rang. No, yeah. His phone rang and the voicemail. I'm a woman of a certain age. His voicemail went off. And his voicemail was like, the girl was on the voicemail like, where you at? I thought you was coming to see me today. And I'm like, what? So he jumped out of the shower like so fast. And I was like, take me the fuck home. So he took me home, and the whole way home, he's like, oh, don't worry, talking all this shit. I'm totally like, this is a wrap for you, nigga. Like, it's over. Okay? Took me home. I was like, bet, no, you good. It's all good. It's all good. Get home, get everything, set myself up for the next day to go back to school. My parents drove me back down. Well, my mom and her husband drove me back to school. When I got back to the school, I think we was in the supermarket, because after we dropped the stuff off at the school, we went to the supermarket to get my initial, your food that you want in the room and whatnot. So we were in the supermarket getting all my stuff, and he calls my mom's phone because I wasn't answering him. I guess at the time we had cell phones. No, I don't remember if I had a cell phone. I don't think I had a cell phone. So he called my mom's phone. He calls my mom's phone, and she gives me the phone. And I had already given him all my shit. I wish I never did. He already had my room number, everything. Because we was together before the bull. So I answered the phone, and he was like, yo, you really just left and didn't even tell me you was leaving, like this and that. And I was like, nigga, keep your dick. With my mom right there. Keep your dick in your pants. And I hung up on him. And that was it. Like, I didn't speak to him anymore for a minute. So he was calling my room. My roommates that would talk to him on the phone and everything. Because he would call every day. He would call and be like, tell her, please, I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry. Every day. My roommates would be like, it's Troy again. And I'm like, I ain't talk to him. I never talked to him. They would talk to him. Because he would be talking to them. Then one day I was like, you know what? One day, I was like, all right, let me at least give him a chance to say whatever he wanted. So he came down to Baltimore, where I went to school, We went to the movies. We went to see Kings of Comedy. We went to see Kings of Comedy. Then we went out to eat at like one of them restaurants. It was either was it Cheesecake Factory? It might have been Cheesecake. It's something in that vein. Either Cheesecake Factory or Red Lobster or something like that. I can't remember. Something like that. I really don't remember what. Or was it Chili's? But anyway, we went to the movies. We went out to eat. Right, Troy from what's up, B Ford? Yes, Troy. But he wasn't. He wasn't on drugs or nothing. But Troy. Oh my God, Troy! I wonder what he's doing now. Like if he's good because he ended up moving to Baltimore. Listen, girl, this Negro moved to Baltimore talking about I moved down here for you and we're gonna make this work and I'm so sorry and crying and everything at the movies. And I went out with him and I just looked at him and I was like, I don't want to be in a relationship with someone that I can't trust, and I don't want to always be wondering what you're doing when you're not with me because I totally trusted him before that. So for me to trust you and you do like I find out you had a whole nother girl, I'm like, nah. Ha ha! You raggedy bitch. Better watch who you pick up in grocery stores. What up, B-boy? But I was like, I didn't want to live like that. So I was like, we could be cool. I'm not mad at you anymore, but this isn't going to work. And you know what's so funny about the whole thing? I had never, ever did the do with him. Ever. And maybe that's why he was sleeping with somebody else, child. But I wasn't ready for that. Ugh, I wasn't ready. I didn't want it. I didn't want it. Oh, was I? No, this was senior year because when he came to visit Ara, it was my, was Ara my roommate? Oh, no. Wait, who was my roommate? Senior year. I can't remember. I think it was Jenny. Oh, she got on my nerves, though. Ooh, Jenny. Woo, because she had a boyfriend and she would talk to him on the phone all night long. And I'm like, girl, get out. Whew. But they would talk to him on the phone all the time. And I would not answer. I would not answer them. I did not answer him. But yes, if he would have got it outside with them oranges. Yes, Jeffrey, I'm married now. That dude, so that guy, Troy, I never dated him again, but he did move to Baltimore, but I don't think he moved no damn Baltimore for me. I think he was still dealing with that other girl, and he wanted me to be, like, I feel like he was trying to wait it out to see when I was going to be ready, because he didn't get none, and we dated for a while, but whatever, it's water under the bridge. I don't really care. But I just thought about that. Because of you talking about your daughter and her boyfriend in college, it made me think of that situation. And I was pissed when I first found out. But then quickly after that, I was like, I'm back at school. I'm chilling. Like, I was good. But yeah, his behind. That was mad funny when he came down to the school and my roommates met him. They were like, Troy, like so happy to finally meet him because he really called every day. So he was definitely committed, and maybe he really meant it, but I didn't care anymore because I ain't trust your ass now. Shit. And he's like, I broke it off with her. That's why she keeps calling. And I'm like, so wait, so you were dealing with her while you were dealing with me? T said, if I knew I wasn't going to have children, I would have been a hoe, yo. It's not too late. No, don't listen to me. Don't do it. But it's nothing wrong. Let me shut up. Because I don't want you to take it out of context and go off. But there ain't nothing wrong with sexual liberation. Safely. And that's how you end up finding your husband, when you are not looking and your guard is completely down. And you're like, I don't care. But safely. Sure. like safely, like you're single, right? Oh, so it's over. Like he don't want nothing to do with you. Yikes. T, what the hell you said? What did you say? I can't seem to keep a man. Might as well get some. Word. Getting some. But like safely though. And I not even like allow like inviting people over to your house, like meeting at a hotel. I know some people are against that, but child, safely. 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 Like he don't gotta know where you live. We not, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta go to his house either. Shoot, go to Airbnb shit. Like anybody got, because you know what I mean? Because you know you safely and somewhere where it's public. You know, I mean, even though it's not public, you know what I'm saying though. Like there'll be a record of him and you entering. There's cameras. T said, I was upset because over the weekend he wasn't responding to me. Monday I called him. He finally answered. So wait, you were calling him all weekend and he didn't answer at all? Like, what is up with him though? You see, like, I don't know, my blood clot not answer blood clot. Why not answer? His phone don't work? What the fuck? You could say, even if I'm busy, if I see somebody call me, I'm gonna shoot them a text and be like, I see you calling me, I'ma holla. Give me a minute. Or give me a few days. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just gonna ignore. So, what's up with that? Like, there's a certain respect there, you know? There's a certain respect there. Yo, it's really 4 o'clock right now. Yo, we've been chatting all afternoon, innit? Ooh wee, my lips are getting dry. Where's my drink? Come here. Oh, poor me. With this stupid thing. Oh, excuse me. I didn't want to yawn all big and gross on camera. Oh, I have to do the. Damn it, I forgot. I always forget. All right, guys, I gotta go for real. I thank you guys. T, we're gonna pick this conversation up. Thank you guys for being here. I have fun, but I got to put my grocery order in so that it comes before class. All right, guys. So I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.